All right, YouTube Michigan. This is another episode of Frontier Michigan, and we're right here on the shores of the Thunder Bay River, which is absolutely frozen. And I got something that people might like. A box. We like boxes.
Yes, we do.
But we're going to find out what's in said box. I got my handy dandy Gerber. We got to pull the handy dandy knife out of and open said box. And we'll get into it. Some people might know because some people might recognize the box. Gerber's a little cold. So anyway, what we have here is a product from J&L. Some of my viewers, some of you guys might know what that is. And what we have is an oil catch can. And I'm going to explain why here in a little bit, why I didn't go with the Z1. So we have the can itself right here with the hoses. We have the hardware and the mounting bracket. But inside this little baggie is an extension to the can, which takes it from the 3 ounces to 6 for more capacity. Now, that's not to say that the Frontier is really bad with, oil blow-by and all that. Of course, we got some decals in here as well. It's not to say that the Frontier is bad with it, but having a little extra capacity is always something nice. So I guess maybe we'll put the extension on here. So, all buttoned up, it's about that tall, using my hand, so it's not a big can, it's kind of small. Mm-hmm. It's about 3-ish ounces with the base can. And inside, how this works, you got your inlet, and you got this mesh in here. This mesh helps separate the oil vapors from the regular air that's coming through there. And it condenses and cools it and collects it in the can. And you got your outlet through there, which eventually goes back to the intake. Mm-hmm. Catch cans have another name. Their official name is oil air separators. Why? Because they do exactly that. They separate the air and the oil so that you have less oil vapor going back into your intake. So we're going to take this extension and just thread it on. Just like so. You don't have to crank it super duper tight. It does have an O-ring on there so it seals. And we're going to take the original part of the can, thread it on like this. And now the can is that big and holds up to 6 ounces. So I'm probably not going to put it on today because it's cold and snowing. I'm going to wait maybe a little bit to have some slightly warmer temperatures. Because it is what it is, it's cold. Cold, it's snowy. So cold, in fact, you can walk out on that river. Come on, follow me. We're out here on the river. It's cold enough that that green trailer, that green shanty that's way down there, that started over here. Somebody with a truck drove it out there, parked it, and set up an ice fishing camp right there. And you can kind of see where it's been driven back multiple times. It's 24 degrees right now, which is the warmest it's been in a few weeks. And we're still below freezing. I don't think we've been north of freezing since early January.
I don't think so either.
I think we briefly touched 40 degrees like early January, like right after the new year.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like... So we haven't been above freezing since. So, yeah, this river has probably got a foot or two of ice. And depending on the truck, you only need 6 inches to support a truck.
So, yeah. We like it here.
So, I'm going to take this. Jen, you want to let us out because the camera's getting low on battery?
Okay, so from cold and snowy northern Michigan, stay safe, stay warm. Hopefully y'all got power where you're at. We do. I know some people down south don't have power right now. So, again, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, everyone.